One of the things on our to-do list during this refit was to check our engine, which is over 20 years old, to see if any parts need replacing. We want to make sure that when we set sail again we can rely on this engine in the future when we're in potentially more remote places and it's harder to access parts. Since we wanted to sandblast, reprimer and repaint the engine anyway to prevent any further corrosion, it made sense to remove the engine from the boat. This would also enable us to access the sail drive to replace the seals, since we were already aware that it had an oil leak.
Here there is the only oil is there.
We expected there to be some small issues, such as a leak coming from the water pump, but we weren't prepared for what we were about to find.
Leak a little bit this one, Maybe I can order one new pump.
Our engine is a Volvo 40 horsepower, and like with most race boats, we assume it would mostly have just been used for power. In particular, we can see it was used with a belt drive pump to move the 4 tons of water ballast between the different tanks. Up till now, we haven't used the engine heaps, and mainly only for things like raising and lowering the anchor and docking the boat. It never felt super powerful, but we assumed that was because it's a relatively small engine for the size of the boat. However, in this video, we find out the real reason, which was a bit of a shock, also to our bank balance. So in this video, we'll show you what is involved in removing an engine from a boat and the things to look out for, as well as our distressing discovery. For this job, we were lucky enough to have help from Brett, who you might recognise from Expedition Drenched, Armani, who you will have probably seen in our previous videos, as well as Ritesh, our favourite mechanic.
Best mechanic in Fiji. Is here.
This is Timo, and I'm Joe, and recently our family just got a lot bigger.
Solo Timo, Nemo, Joe.
This is our sailing yacht and our home, Envy.
Watch the city wash over me, oh no.
We're currently in Fiji, transforming Envy from an ex-race boat to a performance family cruiser.
Now we are in the engine room of Sailing Yacht NV, and we start to work for remove the engine. Try to disinstall everything for sandblast the engine, check all parts corrosed or to use it. The most important thing when you start to remove some parts of the engine, take a picture or do some schema in piece of paper for remember how can reinstall, rebuild after. This is one small Volvo 38 horsepower. 3-cylinder. It's not one big engine, but like every engine, for disinstall from one boat is not only to remove the system and connect the engine to the boat like the sealant block, but you have to start from remove all electric circuit off the battery. I mean, cut the circuit of the positive of the battery from the switch, and isolate the engine from power and start to mark and write all small cable you remove, because after you have to remember what there is connect for what is. I go to remove the alternator and the cable connect the alternator. The alternator is the dynamo, produce 12 volts power. The alternator is here. Take the power from the belt, the belt of the engine, che turn the top part to the engine, to the low shaft, go in the alternator and coming back again.
Disconnect all the water pipes and remove the coolant.
We already remove the stop cable. Is one cable pull and block the circuit of the fuel, the fuel pump, the gas cable, the gearbox cable. We not remove because the gearbox stay on board, and this is the cable to the converter, to the forward, backward, to the gearbox. The only other stuff we do it, we disconnect the gearbox to the engine with the 6 bolt, and we already remove all bolt, keep the engine attached to the bolt from the two beam, to the structural beam to the bolt. That's it. Now we try to attach on the chain blocks and we try to lift and see if the engine go out. Nemo, you go out to stay to survey from outside. Brad, can you bring Nemo on the survey position? Ok? Ciao Nemo. Prepare for a pull out the engine. We already disconnect all part hydraulic, water, fuel and electric.
And how are you going to lift it out with this system?
Yeah, it's enough strong. We move out, we sit on the pallet. With this rigid roof, we don't have a time to remove and we can't use it one crane or the traveling.
Okay.
Okay, go.
Keep
Now
going.
we watch the blanket to break.
Yeah, well if it does I'll try and pull the block back.
Okay, go up with the feet. See any flex on good? Watch the boot.
Yeah, it's flexing a bit, but it's hard to tell how bad.
Okay. Okay.
What are you doing with this? Just hold it.
We have to keep. Okay, but it's okay. We go.
I'll go fast when you're ready.
Yeah, all like that. Go. Go now. Continue.
Everything's still good?
Yeah, still good.
Okay.
We go. Okay. 1, 2, 3. We slide now. Okay. Okay. Slowly we push out like this. Just slowly, little bit. Wait, I find. Okay, perfect.
That should be good.
It's very good.
Good.
It's very good. The little engine of sailingnv have to do one nice cosmetic refitting. For the rest, still a good engine.
Our friend Ritesh has become kind of famous amongst the yachties here in Fiji for being the most knowledgeable, professional and trustworthy marine engine mechanic around. His vast experience means he's super efficient at finding the right solution. If you're looking for help with your engine in Fiji, we 100% recommend him.
I already say the fuel pump is new.
Okay.
And the welding here something you See, this
Oh,
one is
the
wet.
exhaust manifold.
Yeah, see, you can attach both.
They, like, see, it's hard. See, you can feel like rust inside.
Yeah, yeah, infatti è 1 hour. We have to make in the list all the pipe. I think the kit have to buy.
Okay.
Quindi now I take one picture.
Can't you
but
just buy pipe?
no, have to be the original one is ready bend.
It's not just you can't. Oh, okay.
No, it's ready bend with the correct form.
Yeah.
The starter engine we never have a problem. It don't look like very bad. And this one is so corroded.
No,
you
it's
see.
not. It's not that corroded. It's look good to me. Some
Yeah?
like I can see it's block.
Ah, okay, good. Hey, this one is very oxidized, eh?
Now it looked like there was a half water sitting inside here somehow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
See,
yeah.
it's-
You
it
look like,
yeah.
yeah, look like it stay.
Oh, yeah. Just half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is for that.
What does that go to?
Gearbox sail drive.
Yeah,
Ah,
probably
okay.
the boat can
So that could be where we're
because
leaking the oil from or something?
No, we have to check the gearbox. Now I understood immediately. Yeah, you are right. Can be the boat sink a little bit and stay like this for 1 week.
But why that hard?
Because
Is
this
that where
one,
they go out?
when
Yeah.
torn, this one is the volano.
Yeah.
Torn. No, you, yeah, you can. Yeah.
The boat sink.
See, it looked like there was a half water for a couple of
Yeah,
like
okay.
days.
Can be. This boat have plenty leak. The seal and block we have to order, but the original one cost.
Even this here, I can see. See this one.
Yeah, it's already.
One, yeah.
Yeah. This is the only system for stop the engine.
Yeah, it's
And this one there is no problem. But you see here there is one leak. This is look like a leak here. Yeah?
It's maybe coming from here. See here.
Yeah. But that one don't.
You're going to watch and pay attention?
I put
Learn how to fix our engine. What do you think?
Yeah, watch you.
I think you'd be better off to play with the rhino.
Since we know that the engine runs, the next test for us to do to analyse the condition of the engine is to compression test each of the cylinders.
Yeah.
And to do this, we first need to remove the injectors.
Block.
A compression test tests the pressure in the cylinders by connecting a pressure gauge to the place where the injectors were. This tells you if the engine is losing pressure anywhere.
Set, you ready?
Ready.
Like,
This is the maximum. It's strange, eh? It's very bad.
Because what, we didn't get any reading?
This one. Very low.
yeah.
comes to 20.
The other one is fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, we try the last one, please. Now I know. Third chamber. That is a good one.
It stops, it doesn't move now.
Yeah,
So it goes to almost 27 psi. So
it's the best. Now you can see it. Nothing.
So the results, as you can see, were very disappointing, and the pressure was very low in at least 2 of the cylinders. We now know why the engine felt so powerless, because it was basically running on only 1 cylinder. Unfortunately though, this means we're going to have to open the engine to check the cause, and suddenly we've got a much bigger job in front of us. Join us next week as we investigate whether it's going to be worth it to save our engine or not.
Yes, sorry. Me? Hai fatto poo? Poo?